Okay, so let's do it. Where's this guy? Here we go. So let's do the entry building. Is this little guy here in the middle? Let me make this a bit smaller because this window is quite small. We're going to place a facade in front and in the back. So the lower part is going to be a curtain wall, and the top is going to be a wall that we make of ourselves. So what I normally do is either to say wall and go to the one I think is the best option. I'm going to choose, for example, exterior brick on CMU, but I'm going to duplicate it so I create my own wall. No, so no CMU, not brick. It's actually, let's call it metal on CMU, for example. Say okay. We need to go to edit, preview section, so we see this nicely, and we can start editing things around. No, so if I remember well, we're doing, instead of a finish of brick, we're doing this in steel, but you can choose any metal you like if you want. What I do is just search here metal, and you have copper or aluminium or whatever. I'm gonna just say stainless steel. I'm gonna say okay. Actually, I'm gonna change the pattern as well. I like a different pattern here, and I'm gonna choose this guy. Why not? We have a crossing, diagonal crosshatch. This is like the little, you know, they sell you the foot plates in the second floor. They have this stainless steel option here. So we say okay, that changes. I'm going to make that 2 inches. Thermal air, rigid insulation, that we're going to keep pretty much the same. Okay, so I'm going to say okay. Okay, and before we place this, we probably want to go to level 1. WA for wall. We make sure that this is the one we have, and I want to go from actually level 2, not level 1, because if you check the pictures from level 2 to level 3. So level 2 wall, we make sure this is exterior face. I think it's exterior. Let's see. Yep. And we draw. There we go. We escape that. You can extend it to the limits here. Just make it thin lines, TL, and let's go to the 3D and see what happened here. So I made it unconnected. You should actually make it to level 3. So I'm going to say top constraint level 3. Apply, goes up. What I'm going to do is actually make a parapet. You can do 2 things, as you know by now very well, is create another level and call it entry building parapet, hide it from all the sections and elevations that bother you, and just keep it in, for example, this section. For now, I'm going to make a top offset of 3 feet. Okay, so it goes upwards. There we go. Now I don't see the pattern. That makes me think that actually I have to flip this wall. So I'm going to go to level 2, select, and flip it. No, and I'm going to have to move it. And move it to the edge of the slab. No? If we go to the 3D, now you see the pattern, which is what we want. No? Good. I'm going to go level 1, 2, and I'm going to do curtain wall. So I'm going to say wall. I'm going to take a curtain wall. I'm going to duplicate as well, and call it curtain wall entrance building. And I'm just going to make it, for example, a fixed number of horizontal. I'm going to just say none here. I don't want any. And vertical grids, I want to have fixed number 2. I will change that later on. And I will say vertical mullions, yes, but I don't want any horizontal mullions. So nothing. And the border types I keep. See what comes out of that. So we're going to place it from level 1 composite to level 2, so that's good. No offsets, and again from this point to that point. Okay, 3D, let's see what came out. I normally recommend going to that section and double checking, but I'm going to place before that the other wall in the other side. So I'm going to go to level 1. I'm going to say WA for wall. I'm going to make sure I take the steel wall. I called metal on CMU. And let's see if I do it correctly this time. I think that's correct. Good. This wall is going to go from level 1 up to level 3. And as you can see, because I'm doing more like intuitively, I'm not double checking from where it goes to where it goes, because you can always change the parameters as you go. But you know, for good practice, you should, whenever you do a wall, you should make sure that you control the top and the bottom constraints. Let's go to the 3D, see how that looks. So we also have to change the offset to 3 feet, so we keep the same parapet height as the other wall. No? There we go. I'm also going to place 2 windows here, windows that we have made already in the level 2. So level 2, I'm going to go to window, 220. I'm going to place it like pretty much blindly, because what I can do is create a couple lines, DL for detail lines, escape, create another line here so I know the center, and now I can move the window from its center to that line. Now I can do MM stands for mirror pick axis, so MM, and it creates another window there. Delete the lines. Let's see how that looks. That looks good for now. We probably need to check the sections though, no? So we probably want to arrange, obviously, that this wall goes down to the ceiling, so we don't have that space. You normally don't want to see what's on top of the ceiling, so that could be a sectional issue, or you can just select here the curtain wall. I press tab to select the curtain wall, because if you don't press tab, you select the mullion. So press tab several times until you actually select the curtain wall, and you can just change the offset to whatever distance if you know exactly. Or let's go to the section. I'm going to go here, create another section, and again, you probably have this section already, so just go to the one you know where it is and double click there, see the section, and you can arrange these changes now by pressing AL line to the bottom of the ceiling, comes down. You can lock it. I'm not going to lock it, and align to here, the bottom of the wall. No. Now I also want to take this window probably to the grid, so move to that point, and that's good. Here's the detail. This wall is working well. I guess I didn't create this wall properly, so I'm going to select the wall and move it against the slab exactly so that's correctly placed. So let's go to fine and see if everything looks good. It looks good to me. I'm not going to explain how you place the revolving doors. I'm just going to very fast go through the process. Let me close this. You tap into the panels until you select the panel. A panel, you can change it for a solid panel. We did last class a solid red panel, but if I had loaded the revolving door, it will be here as an option. So you would just choose revolving door and it would automatically embed a revolving door. What I'm suggesting is that you place a revolving door in this panel and in this panel. Very simple, and I think you can do it with no problem. Okay, so let's go through to the next step. The lab, which is the serious stuff, no? So first thing, we're gonna delete these 2 facades. If it takes long, it's because you have partitions relating to this wall. Otherwise, it wouldn't take much time. We're gonna fix, or actually generate this facade entirely, generate this one afterwards, and then do a mirror. As you can imagine, this facade wouldn't be in reality the same as that one. We don't have time to recreate the facade entirely, so we're just going to do one facade, another one, and then mirror them to copy them. No? Okay, I'm going to start working mainly in level 6. I'm going to prepare also. I want to use this section to see this facade only, and I want to create or move this section down, and this should be your working sections again. Don't change any section that you have made previously, because you're actually changing how the section looks, so you're changing your sheet. Okay, so again, this section is looking to this facade, this section is looking to this other facade. Okay, I'm going to select this facade and move it outwards so it's independent, and we'll see how we treat these things. Also from the 3D, I want to turn on the section box and leave my building alone, so I don't have any other things that bother me, and I can work in a easier way. No, you can hide the box, the cropping box, by right clicking and hide view element, and you can always turn it on by rebuilding, selecting, and unhide. No, I'm not gonna do that. So this is the way we're gonna be working. I'm gonna stop the video there. I'm gonna explain a bit of how advanced curtain walls systems, how we can deal with them in Revit, and we'll do this lab facade. Okay.